Hello, beautiful Taurus squad. The bulls. We got the bulls up in the house today. Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. My name's Annie. I'm so happy to have all the Tauruses here with me on YouTube. We are here to do your monthly love tarot reading. So this is going to be roughly for the month of March. Energy is free-flowing, though. You don't really need to put a fixed start and end date on this reading. Take the messages as they present to you, but ultimately it's up to you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, and to only take away the messages that resonate with you, that serve you in some capacity, motivate you, inspire you, liberate you, confirm something you needed to hear, or the opposite, illuminate you to some new idea that you didn't see before. Bottom of your deck, Wheel of Fortune. I am digging that. Let's ride that train. All right. Everything else about this video will be in the description box below for you guys to read. I'm going to lower this just a little. Sorry about that, guys. I lowered my thing and something came, something came loose. Anyway, we're back. Everything about this video will be in the description box below for you, including the decks I'm using here today. Oops, as well as my social media channels. I am The Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. As always, I ask for you to like, share, subscribe wherever you can, including on this video here. That helps me a whole lot. It helps this video get out to the public, helps the channel gain traction. So yeah, I would appreciate whatever you can do. Other than that, we're going to hop in. A couple more shuffles for my Tauruses looking for love. This could represent a person coming in. It could be the person you're dealing with currently, or it could be someone from the past showing up in your spread. Though I tend to read for romantic love, sometimes this will end up being a spread about your child or your mother, or, you know, it doesn't have to be romantic love. But again, don't take everything in the literal sense. Sometimes it will translate into your life in a different way, but the messages still hold weight and importance. I'm going to be doing a tarot expo in the weekend of March 21st and 22nd. So for the few of you who are in the LA area, please come and check that out. It's going to be in Burbank, California. Details in the box below. I just ordered some swag online. I got some cute little refrigerator magnets with my slogan there, "Your intuition is hot." So yeah, if you're in the LA area, stop by. It's going to be super fun, and we can do a little informal tarot reading for you. Other than that, we're going to hop in. That's my whole spiel, Taurus. So bottom of your deck, you have the World and the Wheel of Fortune, so major completions of cycles are coming in for you regarding love. If you felt like you were at a standstill, yeah, very much so. Indecision, the idea of having many emotional options, or even the opposite, feeling emotionally void, like there wasn't much left for you. A lot of you, I'm sort of getting declining offers that romantically, it offered you nothing. It felt like they were empty offers or something that you just didn't see yourself desiring in the long term. Yeah, it's almost like because you stood your ground, because you stuck up for yourself or for the inner child, or for some of my Tauruses who may literally have a child, you weren't just accepting half-hearted offers, and this is helping to usher in a new cycle where universe sees you valuing yourself, valuing your heart space, knowing your worth, and that's when like good fortune, good luck strikes, because I mean, ultimately, universe is rooting for you, right? If you want love, as long as it's coming from a very pure place, not codependency or addiction or anything like that, then yeah, universe wants to help usher that in, but you have to be in a good place to receive that love. So I think a lot of my Tauruses are there. It seems like you are very empowered. Determination, strength, courage, perseverance. You guys may have gone through, yeah, some sort of upset in like a personal matter or a family dynamic. It could even have to do with income. But yeah, you wove your way through it. Something about getting out of like the maze of emotions, or the maze of a cluttered headspace. You're on your way out, and wherever you're headed, it's liberating. Balance and harmony will be restored. This is a card of Capricorn. But all the fixed zodiac signs are shown on this card, typically anyway, with the world. So Aquarius, you, Taurus, Scorpio, and who am I missing? Leo, did I say that? Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius. So those signs might mean something to you. Your house was a mess, or your house was disheveled, or you were displaced, or searching for a home, searching for a new place to establish roots. Yeah, something about home or security was flip-flopped, and so yeah, you're closing out a cycle where there was uncertainty in the home. You may be dealing with like a troubled marriage, or yeah, even divorce, separation from someone who at one point offered you a ring. It's almost like, or I kind of get the impression of you gave a ring back. So maybe some sort of commitment you made, especially to a romantic partner, you came to some sort of difficult decision that it's not what I thought it was. It's almost like through the glass, it's something about not being able to reach out and touch the actual cup. You're having to make some sort of choice or guess about what that cup will hold. It's almost like the more you discovered once you revealed what was behind the curtain of that person, it's not that it was necessarily bad, but there was boredom there. There was complacency. Again, it was emotionally null and void. So it could have been like a marriage, a marriage certificate, a marriage contract is sort of what I was going to say there. Yeah, there was something about the appearance, the illusion of what it could have been was more enticing or appealing than what it actually turned out to be. And there's no reason to be upset or feeling any type of way about it. Ultimately, it taught you to empower yourself and go after what it is you really want, to not settle in love, but to go after that soulmate connection, to be with that person who really makes your heart sing. You learned a lot about your own heart and your own emotions by going through maybe a troubled marriage or a rocky relationship. Sorry, one second. My nose is running. But yeah, you're welcoming in a new cycle, and I think the universe is like really excited about that cycle, and maybe that new cycle will involve a long-term commitment of some kind. Lord of the Rings, I just heard. Are you guys watching that movie? Does that movie mean something to you? It is all about a journey, isn't it? Six of Swords. Okay, so forward movement with mental clarity, potentially into singlehood. So for all my, ladies and gents out there, whatever you associate with, yeah, you are coming off of kind of being the self-made person. Even if you're not feeling like rich and abundant per se, you are the master of your destiny. You are self-made. The life that you are creating it for yourself. It's your hard work. It's your energy. It's your endeavors. Where, yeah, it's like you are ascending up. The Queen of Wands, yeah, you're becoming like the master of your destiny. There is that idea of needing to leave the comfort zone in order to truly let your magic come through, in order to truly let your magic shine. Because for the longest time, you were keeping yourself in a cage. You were keeping yourself in a safety zone. And that does sort of come through with... This is Venus in Virgo with my Nine of Pentacles. She's living this lush, beautiful, abundant life, but it's all within, like, behind closed doors, behind the gates of, like, her palace or her castle or her home, right? It doesn't have to be, she's not a queen, right? But she's on her way to becoming Queen of Pentacles. That's sort of how I always view that card. But there's something more than just the hard work. There's magic behind it. This is the Witch of the deck. It's a card of Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So some of you may have very strong fire in your chart, or it's just something you've discovered, some sort of passion that really lights your fire and you want to go after it. But in order to do that, you have to unlock the key to your gate. You have to unlock the key to your garden. You have to go, I just heard, where no man has ever gone before. But sort of, with the Six of Swords, it's moving forward with the knowledge and the lessons we've learned, and ultimately leaving behind the status quo, leaving behind the safety zone, the safety net, everything you've already known. You're chasing your dreams in another direction. It's aligning you with your North Star, your guiding star. There's something so much bigger out there for you, but it's almost like you've had to unravel yourself from a difficult situation that kept you very tightly bound. It could have been with a karmic partner. I'm sort of getting like devil vibes, codependencies, addictions, just behavior that was not aligning you in a positive way. It was a need to rescue yourself from the tower, because ultimately it's like the tower was coming down. And so, yeah, now that's sort of what this is too. It's like you're being asked to rebuild the home or rebuild the structure or rebuild something inside of you that aligns you with your value and your self-worth again. You were giving away stuff for free. You were giving away like pieces of your soul for free, if that makes sense. It's like, yeah, like selling your soul to the devil. Obviously that's in metaphor. I don't mean that literally, but you may have been surrounding yourself by toxic people and you didn't even really know it. And that tower kind of had to come down to illuminate you, right? With the star and usher in some sort of spiritual path with healing for you to recognize like, oh, like, I'm so far ahead of, like, I just heard, I'm so much better than these fuckers. Because there is something about this, the people you were surrounded by, they were dark energies. They were energy vampires. They were sucking off of your joy and your beauty and your passion. So, yeah, there is a need to kind of leave behind and start anew to rebuild the structure of yourself, to rebuild the career of your dreams. Yeah, all in alignment with your stars, with your hopes, with your dreams, with your wishes. Yeah, there was something that you couldn't see before, and now that like the tower has come down, some of you have gone through like a tower moment, something very, very difficult and sort of challenging, some sort of major obstacle in your life. now that the towers come down and you are in that mode of rebuilding, you're able to see things with clarity that you weren't able to see before. And I'm getting something about like the giant elephant in the room. It's almost like the person you were sleeping next to at night, they were the worst person in your life. They were something about like picking at your bones. They were someone that maybe you shared a common space with, like devil energy. They didn't have good aura or good energies about them. And you see it so clearly now, but at the time it was like, why is my life in disarray? And why do I feel like this? It's because one or multiple people that you were surrounded with, their energy was draining on you. And so you were having trouble like ascending or raising your vibration because you were around like bottom feeders, soul suckers, energy vampires. You get where I'm going? All right, so let's look at your person. I don't know who this person's going to be because I don't really have a thread of any romance yet. So sorry for that, but it is what it is. I got to read the cards. So 5 of Swords, mentally conflicted. There was someone significantly older than you, Taurus, who took interest in you sexually, maybe romantically. But it was almost like you were only with them because you needed the attention during a time of healing. But deep down in your soul, you never felt that connection with them. And it sort of became this unusual parent-child dynamic. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so ultimately, I think you had to break the news to them in a way that didn't come off as you using them. Because no shade, I come at this with love and there's no judgment here. But I think there was someone you needed to lean on at that time in your life. But the feelings were not matched. It was something like, like you were sleeping with them as a means to prove to yourself that you are still attractive and worthy of love. But you ended up, I do sort of want to say you may have used somebody a little bit unintentionally, of course. I don't think you meant to. But this person developed feelings for you and you ultimately were kind of like, I'm sorry, like, I don't feel the same way. I'm going to go chase my dreams elsewhere. You may have been more, it may have been an air sign that was attracted to you, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You may have gone after something else or been, flirting or dreaming about a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Yeah, very much so. Particularly a Pisces or a Cancer. Something about that sign was more attractive to you at the time that this air sign was making romantic offers and gestures to you. This air sign, it doesn't have to be an air sign, but the person that you essentially had unmatched feelings for, there was something about that. They may have taught you a lot sexually about even about your body or about understanding how your body works in terms of like a sexual capacity, like, I'm just getting like, it was like sexual education, if that makes sense. So in a way it was empowering, but it was sort of a shame because all of the I don't know how to, I don't want to sugarcoat it, but like what you learned in the bedroom sexually from this person, it was great, but it's almost like you want to apply that knowledge to a relationship that you're actually invested in. I hope that makes sense. You learned what you like, you learned what your body needs to get there, to get like sexually excited. But yeah, it was, I am sort of getting like, thanks, that was fun, bye. And then your person's like, but Taurus, you're my person, where are you going? And you're like, sorry. Like, I'm laughing because, I'm just trying to make it a little bit light, but there is a heaviness on your person's end because they really liked you, Taurus. And I think you leaving or taking off sort of caught them by surprise. This also may have been someone that you were with for quite a long time, even potentially years. And so when you decided to go after something else, they were completely blindsided, and they may have even seen it as sort of like abandonment in a sense. Some of you may have even had a child with this person, or you may have left because there was a pregnancy scare with someone else that you obviously were not including your other person on. Like there's definitely kind of like some third party vibes here, and something about a child is what brought the relationship to an end that really didn't offer you anything spiritually. Sexually, yes. And so maybe that's what it was. Even if it wasn't third party, you may have had a pregnancy scare with this person, and it was like an alarm, or it woke you to the fact that, who you're exchanging your like bodily fluids, but also like your your spiritual self. There is something very like spiritual about connecting with someone, you know, sexually, right? It was almost like you were extending energy into the wrong people, or allowing people into your soul tribe that really didn't belong there. And in a sense, that pregnancy scare, or maybe it actually did, you know, become a child. Maybe it wasn't just a scare. It was pregnancy that was carried in, you know, through, let's say through fruition. You know what I mean? Anyway, that was almost a gift from the universe and reminding you, in a sense, about consequence, but making sure you're with people for the right reasons. Not because you need to heal your own damaged emotions, your own damaged goods. And that goes for your person too. I don't mean to make this like a very heavy energy all on you. This person definitely was kind of learning some things about themselves too. But yeah, in a way, it's like you guys were leaning on each other for support, but what was missing was the actual love. Yeah, so there is a sense of longing, or you do still think about that person that I want to say, I hate to use the word you used them, because again, I don't think it was intentional, but they are kind of coming up in your spread, and I do think that you both still think about each other, of what could have been maybe. It may have involved an Aries. And yeah, third party stuff. So one or both of you may still have connections on the side, or you might be dating around, your person might be dating, your person might be married. Signs that may literally be the obstacle in you two getting together could be an Aries or a Virgo or a Cancer potentially, doesn't have to be. What's between you is teamwork, the idea that, you know, with time, with energy, with love, something could be built here. But then there is like this mourning, this idea of releasing the past so that it's no longer weighing you down, weighing down your heart space, your emotions. It's sort of like, in metaphor, like a funeral, finally putting something to rest once and for all. Knowing that, like, almost the idea of like it's in a better place. Again, the one that I don't think you felt passion for, you don't need to carry around feelings of guilt or remorse, but because you have multiple cards indicating the completion of cycles, is there still some sort of closure you need with this person? Because I am sort of getting, when you left, it was very unexpected or unanticipated by your person, and there may still be some bleeding wounds to tend to. And here's the thing, it's not your responsibility to fix their wounds. We are all responsible for healing ourselves. But I am getting, there may have been some damage done that you still feel partly responsible for, and you are still sort of shouldering that weight. So for your own health, for your own sanity, for your own clarity, you may end up going back in time with all these kind of like wheels and destiny and whatever to close out a cycle the correct way versus just kind of like taking the money and run, going off and maybe like, you know, using someone for their love, for their energy, for the emotions, and fleeing. Now, I will say, you could feel free to reverse the roles. That could have been something that somebody did to you, right? Right now, you're focusing on your job. You're focusing on building your empire. And you need to be fiercely protective of whatever it is that you're building. You need to watch who you let into your tribe, into your circle. Also, be very secretive and hush-hush about your career plans, about your money. You don't need to tell anybody your financial status. You don't need to tell anybody what you're doing or what you're building at work. Just like, something about mum's the word. And then this says, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Yeah, because I am sensing a lot of you are, again, like kind of single lady, single man vibes. So, you know, it's cool to go out and, you know, do the whole dating thing, but there's also value in being around those that you hold very near and dear to your heart, because it's emotional healing, especially in Pisces season, which is, you know, a water sign. It's about love, communal energy, you know, sharing cups with your soul tribe. For a lot of you, it doesn't necessarily have to do with a relationship. It's finding that person that you can lean on emotionally, but it's like there's nothing on the line. It's friendship, and that's what it is. There's no weirdness of, well, if I stay over, am I using you, or this? Like it's very platonic. Platonic friendships are going to help you usher in this new cycle, and again, restore balance and harmony, particularly a Capricorn or a Sagittarius in your life. It's like they're your rock. It could even be your parent or your sibling, or even your child, right? If there was a child that came out of some sort of relationship, that might be your rock. Again, it's like a non-sexual friendship that it gets you by. It lifts you up when you're feeling down. So what is your final advice or guidance? Yeah, listen to your heart And don't be afraid to celebrate yourself. Look how far you've come from ages ago, from months ago, from years ago. Again, something about doing some major U-Haul or major restructuring, major rebuilding from something that didn't go the way you anticipated. You've come a very long way. And yeah, there's a need to really celebrate your accomplishments, potentially with a child. If you're a single parent, like, you're kicking ass. So keep doing that. And if you don't have a child, the child that this tarot spread is referring to, it could be a metaphor for your project, something like your baby, something you hold near and dear to your heart, something you want to be there as it grows and develops through your lifetime. So, it could be your side hustle. It could be your side business. It could be whatever. It could be your dog, right? Something that you consider your child or your baby. There's something about being very proud of the life you've created for that, the space you've created for that. The High Priestess. Yeah, again, mom's the word. She's the silent woman. She's the secret keeper. You don't need to be spreading your plans and your news all over town. Again, you don't need to be sharing very personal information with complete strangers. Just because they ask you for it doesn't mean that you need to deliver on the answers, if that makes sense. I am getting something on people trying to pry information out of you. Even online, people direct messaging you or get in your inbox, social media. Yeah, I would be very hesitant to reply to all that. There seems like there's still some people circling around you who are kind of vicious, who are trying to pull you down. They're jealous of your success. They're even in ways you don't realize, because I know some of you are jealous of me. Why? It's not really any of your business, and it doesn't really matter. I'm just saying protect your energy. You don't need to be sharing lots of personal information, and it might even be something about a financial scam, particularly if you're applying for some job and they're asking you for all this unnecessary data and then personal information. I would be very careful who you're giving your social out to, even if you are applying to jobs. Make sure it's a legit organization, a legit business. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune again. So expansion energy, your network, your soul tribe, your network of people is going to expand. And with that, there's going to be really positive people in your life. But there's also going to be people who are, again, that kind of toxic energy. So just be very careful. You don't need to be fearful. Follow your intuition. That's what the High Priestess says. It's all about listening to your intuition. You will know how to discern those who are playing the fool, who are trying to trick you, versus those who have your best interests and best intentions. They have your heart in mind, right? This is a weird message, Taurus. I sort of don't know what to do with it, but I'm hoping this strikes a chord with some of you out there. So for Tauruses looking for new love, what are some important messages for them? A need to be vulnerable and think long-term. 10 of Cups. Yeah, so you have something good coming in. I'm not sensing this is going to be instantaneous. Again, I think you're still working through some stuff and detaching from toxic people in your life, but you do have new cycles coming in for you. You have the World and you have the Wheel of Fortune twice. So it's almost like the wheels, the vehicles, the modes of transportation are meeting. And in fact, that might even be some sort of metaphor for a collision, if not literally in traffic. And it's not something you really need to fear. It would be like someone who nudged you. Something about that, the meeting of vehicles, you might park next to someone at a Starbucks and hit it off conversationally. Be open to expanding your network of friends. But make sure you know long-term what it is that you want, and that you're only accepting love that truly matches your cup, that matches your energy, that matches your intentions. You guys got to cut out the bottom feeders. Yeah, you're starting anew with the King of Cups. This is what's coming in for you. It's regal love. If you're the queen, right, and you're presenting as the queen of fire, creativity, passion, sex, love, artists, very much a card of artists and singers, dancers, being on stage, the center of attention. Someone is viewing you from their seat in the auditorium, and you fill their cup. You make their heart swell with love. You make other things swell as well. Get what I'm saying? But you're starting anew in love. Yeah, I don't sense that there's really a reconciliation with someone from the past. It's more making peace with the past for unsettled feelings, so that, again, you can put it to bed once and for all and focus on the future. Focus on the long term. Some of you may be meeting somebody who, as a child, and if you as well are a single parent, there might be a nice little Brady Bunch thing going on where you both kind of meet up and it becomes a new family together. It's really sweet. It's really cute. Tell me about this King of Cups. The potentially Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Doesn't have to be, though. Deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. Yeah, so something about coming in and not having to disguise who you really are. Embracing your mistakes, embracing your flaws. Because something about this deception, it does stem from feeling like you tricked or fooled somebody in the past. Almost, as I said, it's like surrounding yourself with people who wanted you romantically or sexually because it made you feel good about yourself. There is something about needing to revisit that and make peace either with that situation or that person so that you can come into new relationships with like a very pure, like cleansed heart. You're not having to wear a mask or disguise things that you did in the past because you're ashamed of them. There's no reason to be ashamed. It is about embracing your story, and even the things that didn't go the way you wanted to or the things you're not proud of, embracing that because it got you to be where you are today. And where you are today is beautiful. You're kicking ass whether you realize it or not, but it doesn't stop here. There's always room for growth and for more lessons. Listen to the universe, especially with that High Priestess card coming up. Both these are indicating the universe is trying to send you signals and messages, particularly regarding love and relationships, following that rainbow to the pot of gold, to the jackpot love. That name Jack actually might be important. The way it kind of came out, it was kind of stuttered. The Wheel of Fortune twice, divine timing and destiny. It's trying to like, again, kind of throw you two together. I keep hearing the word collision, but it's not dangerous. It's like you accidentally bump into that person. It's like a meet cute. A collision with Jack. Maybe that means something to someone. That also might be someone's child's name. If your person has a child, or if you do, that could be someone's middle name. Jack, a jack of all trades. Jack in the box, I don't know. Think of Jack Torrance from The Shining. All right, and some of you are light workers. The Shining, having that like sixth sense or being able to feel or see energies. Some of you are light workers and witches for that matter, right? Scorpio wanted to come out in this reading. You did have the King of Cups. Pisces, Taurus, there's you, but you could also be dealing with a potential Taurus. Aquarius, and last but not least, Sagittarius. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if any of this resonates for you, Taurus, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys. What's up, teacups? I have a small little announcement to make, an exciting one. I am going to be participating in a Tarot Expo. It is going to be March 21st and March 22nd in Burbank, California, so the Los Angeles area. If you live in LA or are going to be in LA at that time, please swing by. It's going to be a fun little expo with multiple tarot readers. For those who follow YouTube and are familiar with different tarot channels, Ramblin Mike, the granddaddy of tarot as they call him, he is hosting it. He is putting all this together. His people are kind of working behind the scenes to get everybody all together in one room. It's going to be lots of fun. Multiple readers, including one of my favorite readers, is going to be there. Molly from Behind the Limb. Shout out to her. Can't wait to meet her in person. I'm so excited. And I'm going to be there, the Intuitive Teacup. So if you have any interest and are going to be in the area, please stop by. There's going to be all the description down below somewhere here. I'll give you all the information there. But yeah, please stop by. We can read your cards. We'll see what the universe has in store for you. And it should be a really good time. Hope to see you there. Bye.